Today we're gonna watch a video about school lunches around the world. Now I was pretty surprised, I ain't gonna lie, pretty surprised at what I found out from this. One thing is that our school lunches here absolutely suck in America, bro. But anyways, let's get on to the video.
In this video, I'm trying the most popular school lunches in the world, and while some were delicious,
That was one of the best bites I've ever had in my life.
others were not so good. I can't tell what looks worse, us or the food. And we're starting in North America with the United States, where the typical school lunch is dino nuggets, mashed potatoes, fresh fruit and vegetables, and chocolate milk.
I remember eating this exact school lunch as a kid.
Something very classic with American
We never had this, bro. We didn't have no dino nuggets. We had like the fucking overcooked chicken fried steak fingers shits. They were dry as hell. I don't think we had any vegetables ever on our stuff. If there was, it was probably like a banana or orange. Mashed potatoes look about right. I don't know where they got this one from, but we never had nothing like this.
school lunches is that they like to turn things into fun shapes, like making chicken nuggets into the shape of dinosaurs.
It just makes them taste better.
Go ahead, do the honors.
Obviously, starting with T-Rex.
I'm gonna go with the Stegosaurus. Little dip in the mashed potatoes.
That's a wild move. That brings me back.
So good, so unhealthy. In fact, school lunch in the US is so unhealthy that a slice of pizza counts as your serving of vegetables because of the tomato sauce.
That's really bad.
This is an important thing now, Max. Opening the chocolate milk. The key is really that you gotta peel all the way back first, and then boom, just like that. I'll feed you.
That is actually incredible.
There's just nothing like getting off the playground, being all sweaty and eating dino nuggets with chocolate milk. One more thing with American school lunches is that oftentimes parents will write you a little note in your lunchbox. So I got both of our moms to write us a note.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Was it actually my mom?
It is really your mom.
No way.
My note says, have a great day. I hope you get to play with Max during recess. Love, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. Enjoy your blueberries. Wait, what?
She didn't even give you any what?
Let's read more Harry Potter tonight. Love, Mom, smiley face. How did you get a hold of my mom?
For every school lunch in this video, we're also gonna give it a ranking on a tier list. So for the United States, delicious food, but a bit too unhealthy. I think it's fair to put it in C tier. And now let's move to Canada, where we'll have pizza, carrot sticks, an ice cream cup, and apple juice. The cool thing is, Fridays in Canadian schools are pizza day. All the kids wait all week for pizza day.
To be fair, I would too.
Look at the mini pepperonis.
What the hell? Look at those little cupperonis. What they call? They call them cupperonis now or something. Those are little tiny pepperonis, bro.
Look how cute they are.
Decent bottom crust, though. I'm feeling good about this.
Not bad.
Look at the thickness of the bread.
The crust is sweet.
It's so incredibly bad that it's good.
Carrot sticks. I feel like you need something to dip them in, but I've never been one to turn down a good carrot stick. Of everything on this platter, though, the thing I love most is the ice cream cup.
That is a blast from the past. It is so distinctive, that fluffiness.
It makes me want to melt, Max. But what's so
Them ice cream cups, though. Yeah, ours didn't look. Ours was a little different than this, but they hit.
amazing is the wooden stick that comes with it. If you actually take the wooden stick and you kind of suck the air out of it, you taste that wooden flavor.
Wow, ooh, I'm getting it.
Last thing, juice box. These straws were always annoying.
Extremely.
They're just not strong enough. Look at this, it's already smushed. I can't get it in. There it is.
Actually, that's pretty good.
I don't know if any of you used to do this as a kid, but once you finish a juice box, you blow it up again, and then you put it down and stomp on it.
Whoa! Oh. I think it's fair to say Canada's school lunch gets a C tier. C for Canada.
And that brings us to Mexico, where we'll have a ham and cheese torta, tahini cucumbers, carrot sticks, mayonnaise packets, and agua fresca. One thing about school lunch in Mexico is that lots of students go home to eat with their families, but when they do eat at school, it looks something like this.
It looks very healthy.
I want to start with the tahini cucumbers. They look so crunchy and well-seasoned.
What am I experiencing right now?
They love tahini and chamoy so much in Mexico that kids will actually have keychains on their backpacks like this. If you want a little more tahini on your cucumber, just pop it open.
Don't mind if I do. That's okay.
Holy
That's gonna be
moly.
excessive here.
That's a lot.
Que rico.
A torta is just a Mexican sandwich, essentially. You can put a variety of different things inside it, but as you can see with this one, we've got all sorts of fresh fruits, vegetables, quick, simple, on-the-go lunch.
We were missing out growing up. That right there is a school lunch.
Super flavorful, super fresh.
10 times better than anything else we've had today. It's even common to add on a little bit of mayo
And the best part is washing it down with some agua fresca, which is fruit-infused water. Let's see. It's basically just like a cold tea. In the heat that you probably have on a playground in Mexico, this must be extremely refreshing.
This would hit the spot.
We're gonna put Mexican school lunch in B tier and move on now to Jamaica, where a typical school lunch is fried chicken, peas and rice, mac and cheese, plantains, a side of fruit, and fruit punch.
We are really leveling up here.
Yeah, this looks unbelievable. Even this, look at this thing. I say we divide and conquer.
I feel like I gotta do mac and cheese on the chicken. School lunch or not, that was one of the best bites I've ever had in my life. Put some mac and cheese on there. They just pair so well together.
Oftentimes, kids will take their mound of rice and they'll take some of this Jamaican gravy and they'll make a little volcano. While you eat that, I'm gonna set up the drink. I love the way they serve the drink in a little pouch like that.
And everybody knows that blue tastes better.
If I had this lunch every single day, I would be a very happy student.
Jamaican me crazy with this school lunch. It's getting an A tier.
And now let's move to Argentina, where we've got chicken milanesa with salad, white rice, bread, fresh lemon, mayonnaise, and pineapple juice. Milanesa is this fried and breaded chicken here, and Argentinian people love it so much that they have a national holiday called National Milanesa Day.
It looks like something you'd order at a restaurant.
Every milanesa comes with fresh lemon, and it is never eaten without a huge squeeze of lemon over the top. Hear that crunch?
Crunch.
A lot of students also love adding mayonnaise to their milanesa, so we're gonna try the same.
It's a lot of mayo there, Nick. Creaminess from the mayo and the acidity from that lemon, so good.
Another thing I love here is they put some butter on the rice. There's really nothing like simple buttered white rice. This for me is closest to what I would want to have at school lunch every single day. You've got carbs, you've got protein, you've got healthy, fresh greens, and even this really delicious looking juice box. One of the best juice box sips I've ever had.
What?
I might start buying these just to have.
Argentina school lunch, we're going with A tier.
On to Europe, where we'll start in France to eat a multi-course school lunch that includes a salad, some roast chicken and vegetables, a bread and cheese plate, some fruit for dessert, and water. France takes their school lunch very seriously. In fact, students get between 1 and 1.5 hours just for lunch.
Wow.
First course is a shredded carrot salad. This is so fancy.
Almost too fancy.
Really fresh.
10 times healthier than any school lunch
Bro, I wish I had that much time for lunch. That'd be nice.
I've ever had in America.
And the rules, by the way, for school lunch in France are very strict. No soda, no candy, no vending machines on campus at all. All the food is cooked from scratch by chefs, and no more than 4 times a month can you have any fried food.
That is impressive.
The second course is roast chicken with vegetables.
It's simple, but it looks like French food.
Let's check the crispy skin. The chicken is incredibly well cooked.
Crispy skin, juicy meat.
Craziest part is you get one of these fancy napkins that you'd get in a nice French restaurant. We didn't even talk about the fact that this is served on an actual plate.
I noticed that we've stayed clear of the broccoli. Open up.
Oh, no. I thought you were gonna have
You
it.
said yummy.
No.
Well,
Course number 3, bread and cheese plate.
I cannot believe they're serving high quality cheese at school.
Wow.
It's simple, but it just hits the spot.
Now for dessert, a piece of fruit.
Presentation on point.
I know a piece of fruit might seem like such a lame dessert, but for me, it's actually perfect. We wash it down with a little water.
A bunch of points for presentation, but just not quite exciting enough. France school lunch is getting B tier.
Continuing on to Italy, a typical school lunch is chicken al forno, tomato pasta, salad, and a water.
Mamma mia!
This is my lunch right here, man. That looks
This
pretty
looks like
damn
real
good.
food. Start here with that chicken al forno.
I'm gonna have a little bit of this tomato pasta.
It's like a perfect roast chicken.
Italian schools always use olive oil instead of butter. I'm going to open it up and drizzle it across our salad if you're okay with that, Max. It's so fancy for a school lunch to have fresh olive oil.
It really adds to it.
And then you see how we have those little tomato bits left at the bottom there? You then just take your fresh bread, and then you're meant to use it as a mop to make sure you get every last bit of that sauce so that your plate is completely clean. Did you already have some water? Was it good?
The bread is too clean, bro. Yes, they get it. They get it, bro.
Add a little bit, yeah.
Did it taste like Italian water?
Tasted exactly like water.
Oh, whoa, did you see how it sprayed out? We gotta see that in slow motion. Italian school lunch was just slightly above average, so we'll go with B tier and move on to Spain, where lunch is served in a 3-course meal that includes soup and rice, fish and salad, and a small dessert. Course number 1, soup and rice.
I usually hate soup. That is one of the best soups I've ever had.
Let's go to course number 2.
I want,
What? You want more?
it's just so good.
For course number 2, we've got fish and a side salad. Fish in Spanish schools is served at least 2 to 3 times a week. They love fish.
Really? Cafeteria is definitely pungent.
It's a little bit of a sad piece of fish. I would have liked some better presentation here. It tastes a lot better than it looks. And then side salad. Who doesn't love a side salad?
Me. Very healthy. I feel like as a young kid, though, I would not be pumped about this. Max at 12 years old, this over pizza, we're going pizza all day.
Now course number 3, the dessert. We've got flan. Do you like flan?
I love a good flan.
I don't like flan.
Really?
Look at it. It's like Jell-O, but worse. Ugh. No.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Before we give our tier ranking, there's one more thing. In Spain, they care so much about what the students think of the food that they actually, at one school, used emojis to let the students rate the meals. So why don't you hold up the 1 or 2 that come to mind? I'll do the same.
I don't know about the first 2 dishes, but that dessert, I'm in love.
I'm gonna go with 2. I've got the confused emoji. I've also got the fire emoji. I don't understand why they paired that rice with that soup, but the overall experience was fire.
Spain school lunch is getting B tier.
And this brings us to the United Kingdom, where students get fish fingers, baked beans, chips, a bread roll, and grape juice. There's a reason my tray looks better than Max's here, and that's because in the United Kingdom,
What the hell? The damn British, man. Got fish sticks with beans and fucking bread and baked beans with everything, bro. What the hell?
better
The only beans I'm having is for a barbecue, bro. I ain't trying to eat beans like that.
behaved students can earn golden table privileges, which come with shiny gold tableware and the perk of being served before everyone else.
That's not fair.
You should have behaved. Max, I'm gonna show you a little lunch hack that some students do. You take a roll of bread and you cut that roll of bread open, and then you stack on some of these nice crispy fish fingers, then French fries,
Chips, as they say.
and last but not least, I'll put some of those Heinz baked beans over the top. This is a UK lunch hack called a fish finger sandwich.
You can enjoy your fancy sandwich, your gold, this, that, the other thing. I'm gonna eat them like a normal person.
It also tastes better with the gold tray and the gold plate and the gold placemat.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Wash it down with a little grape juice. I love how fancy my lunch is. Look how much more fun I'm having than Max. You want a bite of my sandwich?
Sure.
Psych.
That's called bullying, all right?
I love this lunch. I'd give it a B tier.
Honestly, I think it's an F.
He's only saying that because he didn't have a gold plate.
I'll meet you at D.
Fine, the UK school lunch gets D tier. And that brings us to Germany for some chicken schnitzel, mashed potatoes, peas, and water. Wow, I can't tell what looks worse, us or
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's decent. That's decent, I think.
the food.
Oh, boy.
What do you guys think? I think it's probably me and Max. How about this? Subscribe if you think we look worse, and like the video if you think the food looks worse. Before we eat, I think it's good to let you know that the students in Germany call this food Flugzeugessen, which means airplane food, because it's really bland, comes on a tray, and it always tastes the same.
I'm feeling optimistic.
The schnitzel does look pretty good. I don't know, Max.
I'm gonna be honest, it's a little dry.
It's dry with no seasoning.
Let me help you out with that, Nick.
If there's anything that can help German school lunch, it is
God.
Osmo.
What's up with them putting so much fucking seasoning on shit? Holy mother of Lord, you see that? It's like a freaking breading of it. Oh my gosh.
I'm not just saying this because I like Osmo. 10 times better.
Let's try some peas. Here comes the airplane.
Tastes absolutely horrible.
I don't know about y'all, but I like peas. I'll eat peas. I ain't got no problem with peas. I know people, they can't stand them, but hey, peas are peas, bro. I don't really think they have a taste. I don't. I'll eat them. I'll eat them just fine.
This is mean to feed kids this. I know we're not through every country yet, but this might be the most boring school lunch in the world.
It's gotta go F tier.
Couldn't agree more. We're moving on to Russia to have chicken cutlet, beet salad, beet soup, and tea. In some Russian towns, grandmothers come to serve the food, so I've brought in a Russian grandmother to serve this one for us.
What is that?
I should explain, Max.
Bears, Battlestar Galactica.
She doesn't speak any English, so she has absolutely no idea what you're saying.
Who is this?
О, какой замечательный чай. Чай.
Chai.
Ура!
I think
Oh, it's hot. Be hot.
Не надо пить. О, как вкусно. Very good, very good.
There you go.
Да.
Okay.
Ура, вкусно.
Max, do you want to start trying the chicken cutlet? I think she's going to cut it for
All right.
us.
Good.
О, какой хороший мальчик.
I'm going to try this soup, Max.
This is Russia?
Ну, считается русская кухня.
Try it, yeah.
Really?
Не
Interesting.
знаю, что такое.
No, a fun fact about Russian school lunch is that it's actually called obiet, which means dinner because this is the main hot meal of the day. And then in Russian tradition, you always have tea.
Очень вкусно.
Очень вкусно, very good, да.
I would say the food here was a bit basic, but the experience was incredible. So we'll go with a nice even C tier. Next is Thailand, where we've got sauteed chicken, rice, soup, a fried egg, watermelon, and a yogurt drink. Once again, we've got fun shapes for the kids. This cute little guy is a little rice elephant.
I thought it was a dog.
In Thailand, you hold your spoon in your right hand and use your fork in your left hand to push the food into your spoon, and then you gotta try that.
Really?
Bro, to think this is school lunches, bro. Like I forgot for a second this was school lunches around the world. I'm sitting here thinking it's just, dishes. No, these are school lunches. We started with America, fucking little heat 'em up nuggets and fucking carrots and shit, fucking instant mashed potatoes. Look at these people, man. They got good stuff around the world, bro. We got the shit end of the stick, that's for sure.
The flavors off the charts. What a perfectly cooked egg.
Just takes it over the top.
I'm gonna try this soup here. I love the flavor of that.
Almost like a miso soup.
It makes sense that this tastes so fresh because the meals in Thailand and school are meant to taste like a home-cooked meal.
Gotta try the dumpling. So good.
And watermelon is a pretty classic side here. You leave the rind on for an easy handle and delicious. We've got two flavors of the classic yogurt drink they love in Thailand. Which one would you like, blueberry or mixed fruit?
I'll try blueberry.
Oh, if I didn't know any better, I might think that this has gone bad.
I was just thinking the same thing. It's definitely a little sharp. Taking into account the visuals and the incredible taste, Thai school lunch is getting A tier.
Yeah, we got shitty lunch, man. If only we could get better lunches, that'd be nice. Yeah, lunch when I was in school was something else, man. They got a whole bunch of stuff now where it's like healthier alternatives, The only healthy alternative we had in school was a salad, which the salad had all kinds of stuff in it that didn't even make it healthy. It's almost just as bad as regular lunch. Shoot, but where I first went to school, when I started high school, they had a whole bunch of different options you could choose from, which was real cool. Every day you got your snack bar that you can go to. Of course, you had to pay for that. Every day they had a pizza line where they just served straight pizza. They had a cultural line or something like that where there'd be different stuff, like one day Mexican food, next day be Chinese, next day be Italian, some stuff like that. I think they had a line where it was just straight chicken nuggets and like chicken fingers or steak fingers, whatever. That's all they served. And then they had one that was just burgers. And then I found they had a secret line because that was all in one area right there. All that was in one area. Well, later I had a friend show me you had to go outside of the cafeteria, off to the side. They had this little hidden area, which I could never see because it had stairs that like came down and the door was down here so you couldn't see it. Anyways, I went there. That was a hidden area and they served like homemade like food. Like they did chicken fried steaks. They do like cornbread and stuff like that. Like pretty much like your home cooked meals they would do. So it gave you another little different option there. It was pretty good too. But then I moved away from there and where I went to, it was just another, you only get like one choice. That's what you get unless you do the snack bar. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.